Hi everyone, Christina here. Welcome to day 16 of the holiday card series for 2018. Today I'm going to be creating a card using a new stamp set from Concord and 9th. In fact, I think it just came out today. So if you love this stamp set, you're going to want to grab it now. I think you're going to really love it. I've seen a lot of sneak peeks online with it, and it's one of my most absolute favorites, and I think you're going to love it too. So let's get into it. The stamp set I'm using today is called Winter Wear from Concord and 9th. And when I first saw this stamp set, I knew I had to color it. It's so cute and adorable. I absolutely love it. And it gives me the opportunity to color skin and hair with my Copic markers. And I haven't done that in a long time. So I thought it would be really fun to do that today. So before I get into the actual card, I thought it would be a great idea to do a rough stamping on some scratch paper. So I'm just using an acrylic block and the black ink that I will eventually be using, which is some Simon Says Stamp Intense Black ink. And I just wanted to stamp on here, get the kind of placement going and figure out where the grading would go. And then I went right into the actual card. So I'm using some nice cardstock now. This is Neenah Classic Crest Solar White cardstock, and it is cut to 5x7 currently. I will trim that down eventually, but that's the size that I'm working with. So I like using a MISTI for all of this stamping so that I can stamp it twice and get a really solid black image. So doing that kind of rough planning step at the beginning was worth it, so I knew exactly where each image would be going on my card design. So I used my heat tool and just kind of heat set this a little bit to make sure it was completely dry so that when I go in and start coloring with my Copics, I don't have any ink smudging. So I'm going to do some coloring, and I'm going to turn on some music so you guys can enjoy all of this Copic coloring. This is one of my favorites.
Joy to the world, the Lord is come. Let earth receive her King. Let every heart prepare Him room, and heaven and nature sing, and heaven and nature sing, and heaven and nature sing. Joy to the world, the Savior reigns. Let men their souls employ. Yeah, yeah. While fields and floods, rocks, hills and plains, repeat the sounding joy, repeat the sounding joy, repeat the sounding joy. He rules the world with truth and grace, and makes all the nations of the world prove the glories of His righteousness. his love and wonders of his love and wonders and wonders of his love and heaven and nature see.
After all of the coloring was complete, I trimmed down this piece just a tiny bit so that I could put it on a card front and have it be slightly smaller than the card. And then I created my card base, which has a finished size of 5 by 7. So I just scored that at 5 inches and then folded it down using my bone folder. For the greeting on this card, I decided to use a really wide strip of vellum, and I'm stamping the larger greeting from the stamp set in Versamark ink. I did prep the vellum with an anti-static powder tool first, stamped the greeting, and then now I'm sprinkling on some silver embossing powder. This is sterling embossing powder from Brutus Monroe. I used a heat tool to melt and set that embossing powder, and then I trimmed it down so it was a more short band to go across my card front. To get rid of that anti-static powder tool, I just used my fingertips and wiped it away. So I'm going to wrap this around my colored piece. So I've got it placed exactly where I want it, and I wrapped one side. I'm going to add some tape runner adhesive on one end. I'm just using some Tombow Extreme adhesive. And then I'm going to turn it back over and make sure it's in the right spot. And then I'm folding over the other side. I'm going to use my grid mat here to make sure it's completely straight on the card. And then I'll fold that over and press that adhesive to the back. So the card's almost done here. The last thing to do is to adhere it to my card front. So I put some foam adhesive on the back. I was not shy with the foam adhesive because I don't want any sagging or dips in my card after it goes through the mail. And then that finishes the entire card for today. I really love how this one turned out, a little bit of sparkle and shine from that greeting. I love how that turned out. It's clean and simple, lots of white space, but really colorful at the same time. Before you go, I've got 2 more videos on screen for you to check out. These are the day 16 videos for years 2017 and 2016. And if you love this video, please give it a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching today. I will catch you guys on Monday for day 17.